10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Okay,
remaining.
folks, and with that, we're into Game 3. This set has gone the distance. It's going for speed. We've got Vega versus HellRaisers for the Starladder group stages. Let's see who can make it out on top.
Radiant team ban.
And yeah, once again, I'm Llama Down on Under. I'm joined by PQMZ. What are you expecting this game?
Possibly a Doom ban, but so far Vega aren't concerned about it because they have the first pick.
Yeah, and HellRaisers instead has to ban out some more of Vega's signature heroes, so Vega probably getting themselves the Doom. Do you think it's just the Doom wins games?
I think it's a big contributing factor, but last game, I feel like HellRaisers just played really well and they ran over Vega. They just outplayed them. The lineup definitely favored what they wanted to do, so it might have just been covered for them.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Also, I do think it's funny to point out that the team with the Slaughter Dazzle has lost all the games. So
yeah, that feels really hard to say, right? That's a really strong combination.
And also, Dazzle has a really fantastic win rate, so it's just strange all around.
And I think Sladder's got to be up there as well, right?
Yeah,
right.
He is. So
5 seconds.
Kind of weird, as you point out, but it happens. So.
Maybe it just doesn't favor the teams, or they know how to deal with the Sladders. Game where Vega, they just didn't have the farm. And also when Havost played it, it was a one-position hero, which is where I don't think it shines.
Yeah.
They opt for it again on HR.
Maybe this time it'll be offlane. We will see. Havo's certainly good at playing those heroes in position 1, which maybe others expect to be offlane. And we've also got stuff in the draft right now. They could go for the Dazzle, they could go for the Wyvern. There's a lot of options. I really do think HL's first game, the Wyvern did mad work.
Yeah, definitely. Might just be pick up the Wyvern here. Because it's also pretty good against the Slider in general. If you want to stack the damage, the Cold Embrace is just annoying to deal with.
100%. But they're taking ages on this pickup. Let's see what HellRaisers actually want to bring us. I think they're probably thinking exactly what we've mentioned. The worry that Dazzle didn't seem to work so well last time. We want to make sure we're against a Doom. We pick enough cores. We also want to make sure that we don't just not have late game, because it really felt like in that first game they just didn't have the stack up for the late game. So.
And as you said about the late game, they're opting for the Windrunner, which is a pretty strong hero at most stages of the game. It can really mess with your head as a drafter as well, where it's like, you're probably thinking Dazzle's the correct pick here, because it doesn't give you too much away from your lineup. It's generally a strong hero, but it just hasn't been working this series, so teams obviously know how to deal with it, or they're just playing well around it. The Dazzle team is just not playing well with it. There's so many possibilities.
Exactly.
Figure out which one it is.
Radiant team ban.
Definitely around that, but if you just think you can't, like, pick out why it is, better to just avoid it.
I have to say though, I would not want to play into a Doom Dazzle. Doom already is nigh unkillable. Let's add a Dazzle into the mix so he can just stand there in the shallow grave, auto-attacking you with his Scorched Earth up. I mean, it's pretty scary.
Runner does make mincemeat of the hero though, so that's one thing they've got going for them.
Yeah. So, I'm also a bit surprised that HellRaisers opt to ban out the Wyvern. I understand it could be really powerful on Vega's lineup. I do think it would leave Vega a little bit, and by a little bit I mean very light on the lockdown. And again, I think HellRaisers has to be worried about the Huskar here. Although against the Slaughter,
Vega go to a lot?
No, but so here's the thing. It's not on any of their most played heroes, so maybe you're right. Maybe Vega just doesn't play it. I'm always worried about it, but then as I say that, I realize you're up against a Slaughter, you're up against a Windrunner. Huskar would be awful here for Vega, even with the Dazzle, right? Because there's so many ways to take him out.
Huskar's one of those heroes where I feel like it can always win games if you get enough of a start on it. Because Windrunner doesn't do that much damage until like the 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
That gets like Solar Crest, Helm, Aegis, Shreds, Armlet by 20 minutes, you're not killing him. But it's definitely a lot harder to pull off. Personally, I just hero because it's like the bane of my life. Lost so many games just to that hero.
Happens to the best of us, and we are going to be seeing a long time on this last ban. They go with the Disruptor.
Radiant
So I
team
wonder if
pick.
HellRaisers is thinking about picking another mobile hero. Also, Disruptor is great against Windrunner. You try to Windrun away, and then suddenly, oh, hey guys, I'm a Disruptor. I'm pulling you back in.
It's
Vega
an annoying hero to play against. It can really mess with. If you're sieging a tower, you get glimpsed back in, kill the tower, you give a hero up for it, which no other support would let you do. At the same time, as you said, maybe they're looking to pick a really mobile hero. Maybe an Ember? Thing that comes to
Yeah.
mind.
Sorry, for which lineup? I was trying to
10
actually check
seconds
some
remaining.
workings. It's probably not going to come up here, but there's some interesting Ursa stuff I was trying to double check. But that is not important. We have a Sven.
Nice
And-
armor, at least.
Yeah, bring some armor to the table. And we've seen this before against the Slaughter, going early points in Warcry.
I have a feeling it's a solo hero. I know he's played it before as a 4th position. Suits how he plays, so I could see that. I don't think Sven's the best,
10
like, 1
seconds
position hero if you're
remaining.
picking him for the armor, though. He needs a lot of levels.
5 seconds
He can get kited quite easily outside of the BKB.
Yeah, it's always something to be worried
Reserve
about.
time.
It's really rough playing these melee carries, and it's something that's why we saw the Darkseer ban out. Vega knew that they were going to pick this up, so they wanted to get rid of the Darkseer, who has a field day against them. But as you pointed out, there's still a lot of kiting that can happen. Telekinesis, Windrunner can be blink heavy, and Batrider. Yeah, you wanna bring hell to melee heroes? Pick up a Batrider.
There's one interaction. I guess it's more if it's a support Sven, but if you go for the Ags on him, he can make your team really
of
damage.
Radiant team back.
To support. Maybe pick Vlad's, go into Ags. Not as good for the initiation, but it makes your team really hard to kill, and you do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Probably won't see it though.
10
It's gonna be
make me sad.
another. Yeah. It's gonna be another no-one Queen of Pain.
Vega Squadron
Which
turn to battle.
The first game, I would say, in the first game, no one had a much better game than the second, but still maybe not that dominant quad performance. Definitely helped seal the deal on the game, though.
Personally, I'd be quite
10
scared to play
seconds
Quap into these
remaining.
heroes, but he's super comfortable on the hero. His team's probably very
5
good at
seconds remaining.
backing him up at the same time, so he can do a lot of work this game. None of the heroes on HellRaisers are particularly tanky.
Radiant team pick.
That's another great point. They are not going to be hard to kill until later into the game, as you pointed out. Windrunner probably not going to have that Aghanim Scepter until at least 20 minutes, maybe later. Batrider 2, what do you build? Blink 4 stuff? You're squishy as all get up, as the saying goes. So, not going to be hard for Vega Squadron to burst them down.
I'm really
10
curious if they'll opt for the
remaining.
carry Sven here. I just feel like it's harder for them to pull
5
off, but
seconds
it might just
remaining.
be that they prefer it and they opt to get a support that offers kind of lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Be a
Reserve
Shadow
time.
Demon or something that's fairly good against the Batrider.
How do you feel about the Silencer ban out? I'm really surprised. I understand that it would really hurt Dazzle not being able to get off those shallow graves, and certainly the mobility of Queen of Pain. But
I think it's a really smart ban because it just makes your
10
initiations with
seconds
Bat
remaining.
really clean. It's a good hero at zoning Doom if it's a solo Doom,
Vega
and it makes
Squadron's
Quap's life hell
turn
as
to
well.
pick.
yeah, and as you
said
point
for
out,
Dazzle.
I was going to be concerned that maybe Silencer was a greedy support pickup, but they have so much stun. They've got Slaughter, Slithering Crush. I'll show you that AoE in game. It's literally huge. You got Shackle, you got Telekinesis, albeit Telekinesis, it's not the longest of lockdown because the person who you lift doesn't get stunned on the secondary stun, but that's pretty good. And Batrider certainly has some lockdown.
10
So
seconds
HellRaisers
remaining.
looking in a good spot to certainly they can pick off one hero, lickety split.
5 seconds remaining.
And Vega are going to have to deal with a really hellish lane of the Bat and the Undying,
Reserve time.
which is going to make their safe lane really awkward, I feel like.
Do you think they'll just dodge it? It's not uncommon. I mean, you have to assume for Vega that they're putting the Sven safe lane to make sure he gets farm. But as you said, I would much rather go up against the Slaughter Rubik lane than the Batrider Undying. Although maybe
Yeah.
it's going to be Slaughter Rubik Undying tri-lane.
I don't think the tri lane's very likely. But if you perceive the enemy team to do something, you're going to put whatever you perceive to be best against it. So any lane could feasibly happen. I'm pretty sure the Windrunner's going mid. That's like the one staple thing that if I'm wrong on, I'll be pretty shocked.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the players either way. Vega Squadron now looking for that support. I really like that they banned out the Lina here as well for HellRaisers. It's a pretty damn good hero of Seema's, I think. No, it's Solo, sorry, who plays that Lina, and he has played it a crap ton. He manages to get massive amounts of work done on the hero despite playing it in a support role.
I think Seema also plays it, and he does a good job. Like, both their supports, they're really
super
good.
flexible.
Yeah, there's so many games where they play the hero. Sometimes Solo even goes into the more support role if Seema's having a really good start. So I think they're one of the better support duos in Europe right now.
Yeah. I also have to say, I'm a bit surprised in none of these matches. Maybe it's just regional differences, but we've been casting a lot of Starladder America as well, folks, and Ember Spirit is the name of the game here, and he's banned or picked in pretty much all of the Starladder America's games. He hasn't been touched here, and it's not even the case. Okay, that is a Vega Squadron pick if I've seen one. They're one of the few teams who run Shadow Demon, but I was going to say, it feels like there are definitely some teams who don't know how to play or don't feel comfortable playing the Ember, so we don't see it come out. Vega Squadron plays it a bunch. So I'm really surprised, maybe just deciding none of these games are suitable for an Ember Spirit, with the prevalence of minus armor slaughter.
Yeah, I found when the American team picked it, they often picked it to do this kind of split pushing role, which makes the hero really awkward, I find.
Oh, we're in prison Dota. Sorry, folks, we will have no prison Dota today.
Freedom!
Yeah, unfortunately, freedom. Oh.
Twitch chat gets what they want, after all. I'm pretty sure no one's really good on the hero, and you want to be able to fight with the Ember for it to be at its best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird because both No One and Pasha have games on the Ember, and I'm just really surprised they didn't bother busting it out. And as you said, maybe it's just their playstyles, they decide it's not so good. So we have a pause. Let's quickly introduce the players. On Vega, we've got Seema, the Slayer. Shadow Demon going to be played up by Solo. No One on that Quap of Pain. I said it. Mag on the Doom. Mag on the Doom again. Mag. Doom. Slaughter.
Not Havost.
Actually, is Slaughter even on the Havost yet? We've got Pasha on the Sven. I think Slaughter's on the Havost, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're gonna make mistakes, but tossing it over to you to introduce HR.
We have Goddamn on the offlane Undying, Havost on the Sladder, or is it the Mag on the Sladder? We'll never know. Satchlo on the Batrider, Yellow Warrior, which is an awesome name, on Rubik, and Afro Ninja on the Mid Windrunner.
Yeah, I also don't understand these bugs. It's like really... So
you have a different name, right?
Yeah, so I see a different name, and the bug is that the games are sometimes ticketed, sometimes not. But why on the ticket it would show him as stand-in something not his name? I guess he probably has an esports account where he goes by CO. I don't know. It's really weird, and it just cracks me up a bunch because it's one of those small bugs, which I've definitely had a game when this bug first came out where I was casting. I think it was with you, and I kept getting confused because we were definitely talking about the same person but with different names.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, that's something
I
we
have
would
seen
do.
Yellow Warrior before, so maybe that is his name.
Oh gosh,
I'm not,
Yellow Warrior?
Or maybe he changed it between games or something. If I logged out of Dota, it picked a new name up. I have no clue. There's so many possibilities.
Yellow Warrior is a bit disingenuous in this game because you respawn.
And he's Rubik, he's not going to go full yellow. If he was a carry player like Havost and went for four role plays, then he could definitely pull the Yellow Warrior. Hopefully he lives up to his name. Yeah,
let's see. Now, Solo has already got up the boots early on Shadow Demon. I think looking to catch people out for disruption. What do you do here, though? Because I expected maybe a tri-lane from them. It looks like, he and Doom are going to disrupt people and walk at them. I'm not sure what the play is.
I think it might just be he tries to put pressure early so the Doom has a better start. I wouldn't be surprised though if they dropped to put the Sven bottom once they see that the Undying is top. Because it's hard for him in that lane. Outright is really annoying for any melee hero.
100%. And do you think we're finally getting out of the pause?
So, One thing I want to mention is I think this ward got scouted
30
because of
seconds
Vega
to
getting
go.
this lane ward down early. They saw where the hero was running, and I guess they just presumed. It got pinged out for sure, so hopefully they de-ward that ASAP. Dazzle has some money. He's getting sentries. No, okay, he's not getting sentries, he's getting tangos. They're not going to have that for a while.
Yeah, this Dazzle, he bought a bunch of support stuff because he is poor. I mean, it's what you expect. Dazzle, one of the heroes who can do a lot with very little, and because Shadow Demon went the boots first, he's not contributing. So, Solo, as you point out, not exactly a big ward buyer.
I know so many 4 players that are just like, no, I'm buying boots, you buy everything.
I mean, if you
it makes
can.
sense though.
Yeah, and I think it's got potential here, certainly for setting up that Stormhammer. Yeah, Solo actually just gonna walk up to top lane, I wasn't so sure. Maybe Dazzle will be the one to do the 2v2 in mid that we are so used to. Oh, actually Undying on the lineup of HR coming over. I don't think he can do much here.
He's just gonna... I like that the Dazzle went mid to block the creep, so it helps out the Quap a lot. Blocking the matchups like Windrunner Quap are really important. It can really dictate who gets the advantage in the first wave.
Yeah, and as we saw, that can snowball the game. The Razor being huge lost game, just I think that honestly won them the game. Razor was way too far ahead, and Templar Assassin had nothing. But now we have the Hell tri-lane, and we'll see, or the Hell dual lane versus the tri-lane. We'll see what they can do. I think it's really hard for them to get a kill here for HR, but perhaps they can disrupt the farm. Also, Sven, being a strength hero, has extra punishment that he takes from Decay. And Alpha Ninja almost killing off no one in the mid lane.
Going top with Disruption.
Yeah, let's see. They get the Stormhammer. It looks like Dominator's gonna be our first blood. And goddamn, he may be standing around hitting for 75 damage, but that is not enough against 3 heroes.
Yeah, they need to play really passive on this lane because at the moment, as you just saw, the Batrider is exceptionally squishy. So the Undying needs to be the one up in front. Maybe he even farms for the first few creep waves, and they need to get like their level 3. That's where they have the, if they wanted, the level 2 Tombstone, or they have the Soul Rip on the Undying, and then they can put a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But right now, Ben doesn't have his mana, so they feel a bit more confident. But he has a stick, so they can go anytime they want.
Yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised if the heroes in the HR lineup end up getting sticks as well, just because in those engagements you expect a number of spells to be flying around. But they're now doing some work onto Sven. He realizes that he cannot be in lane with 6 sticky napalm stacks on him. It is just unviable. And no one has used 2 salves already in this lane.
Oh, is that his second?
Yep. He is having a rough time again in this lane, and I mean, it's not as bad as it was last game, but I'm a little bit concerned for him because he's not that close to the bottle, and it did feel like Alpha Ninja had his number last game.
I think this has just got to be because he's trying to play so aggressively. If he just played passive, he'd still get his CS, but I don't think it's too big of a deal, because right now he's full health. He's 2 creeps away from the bottle, which he should be able to get here. Yeah, he gets both, so he has his bottle as soon as he gets 5 more passive gold.
Yeah, we have another go on the top lane. Goddamn, out of mana though. He can pop the stick, he can pop the... He doesn't need it for another decay in a few seconds. He can pop the mango. I was forgetting the name of that for a second, but yeah, I mean, they're disrupting Sven's farm, and they're getting levels, so
Mid?
But again, no one is super low.
Yeah, he's gonna have to crow immediately.
Hmm.
At least he's on par with Tom, though. He's not
Oh my
behind.
goodness, Batrider explodes after the disruption. I don't know if you caught that one.
No, unfortunately I didn't. And also, because he went Flame Break, he can't go to the woods right now, so he needs level 3 from somewhere.
Oh.
Really awkward, actually. Having the 2 deaths already and the 1-1-0 build.
Now, on the bottom lane, we haven't looked there at all just because top has been so action-packed. It looks like Habost is out, lost CSing, out.
Outlast the asset.
I said it. Out, lost hitting, Mag. How do you feel about that? Oh gosh, Goddamn's gonna go down on this top lane. Decay's not gonna save him enough. Batrider's trying to do some work under the tombstone. Maybe he can get some sort of return skill. I know, there's so many zombies. He's gonna actually, yeah, he should be able to get the triple if he can just go over all of them. Batrider, you need to come back. And let's see what he can get. One more auto attack he gets. Seema, I don't think he's quite catching the Pashu Bashu, but is that worth it finally?
Yes, that is definitely worth it. They put that up to level 4, so he's able to get his points in Firefly finally. It was actually really fortunate they managed to kill the tomb, because I thought this Sven might have been in trouble. May
Yeah.
have been close, I'm not sure how long was left on the Firefly.
Now, I want to talk about bottom lane. I feel like both heroes will come out of this lane pretty happy. At some point, Havost has to be careful because the Doom's going to be coming out of Mag the moment he hits 6, and I think you just Doom the Slaughter and then walk at him. But before that, Havost has an opportunity to farm quite a bit, has his treads up.
I don't think he can kill the Starladder on his own, so he's going to need the Quap to rotate, which I'd expect to happen as soon as they both get level 6. As you say, Doom's going to look to use his Doom, TP down and just blink, scream, ulti, then it's a pretty easy kill for them to pick up. Got a TP in base, so she's probably going to look to get one out now.
Well, let's see if CO can get the telekinesis. God damn, is down here now too. Slithering Crush gonna be coming out. Actually, Havost waiting on it, waiting for the Tombstone to be down. They should be able to get Mag here. He's healing up with the Scorched Earth, but it is not enough, and Rubik gets that last hit. Well played to the lineup of HR.
Over in mid, getting chased out. He has no mana to blink on Quap. So
Yeah, this looks like a very dead Quap, and I was just about to say how no one is doing a better job in mid. He'd started to pick things up, and then it all goes to shit.
The play was really good though, because Solo came in like this, he got the disruption as soon as Quap hit 6. I think he missed the scream, or I could be wrong on that, but it's only level 2 scream, so it's probably hit. But after an NJ wind run through the breeze, and then he just TP'd out before the second scream hit. So unfortunately wasting the first Sonic Wave, and actually dying to the Batrider for it's a huge deal.
And folks, I got some reports that game sounds are apparently a little bit too low, so I will try to make sure get that a bit louder.
Might just be because we're using Skype instead. I don't know how your settings are for Skype.
Yeah, it probably is Skype. That sucks.
Blame the tools that we have instead.
Yeah, no, because I hear it just fine. I'll just play with the levels and we'll see. So.
I don't think game sounds like game breaking though, so as long as
nice.
you can hear our beautiful voices, that's all that matters.
No,
right?
I actually really get. I used to play with. I don't know. I think it's sometimes irritating on a cost when you can't hear the sounds because it's like you don't know what spells went off, and so on. So, yeah, I'll try to make sure that works, and hopefully, folks, it gets better in the next 2 minutes. But yeah, it probably is Skype dampening everything, so I've raised that up a bit. I just don't want it to get ridiculously loud. I can hear the river now. Yes. So, taking a look around in the pause, I don't see anything particularly out of the ordinary. We've also
That's really farmed actually, considering the bad start. He's managing to get like double kill and then the kill on the Quap. Left now for his team.
Yeah, we've also got both teams having all of their smokes in stock, which I think is really interesting. I think both of these lineups have great smoke potential.
I think for HR, the smokes are really going to come out once you see the blinks come up from Starladder and Batrider respectively. Maybe the Rubik could look to do some solo smoke action, but right now it's awkward to get just a level 1 Shackle and a level 1 lift. Sorry, level 2 lift. It's still slightly awkward. Whereas for Vega, they definitely have kill potential if they want to move away. But having the aggressive dual lane means that your supports are stuck there, so you don't invest in smokes early. When the lanes break down a bit, then you can look to smoke and maybe get something done.
It's also problematic because normally you're expecting, when you have to run this super safe tri-lane, your supports can't be off stacking. There was a little bit of a rotation to go check the rune, I think, at one point to go make sure Vega could get it on no one. But other than that, no stacks up for no one. And it's not... I mean, Quap has other ways of farming. She can also make her own stacks, I guess. But it's always nice to have stuff stacked for you to accelerate your farm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that first kill that she whiffed was like her way of getting ahead. What Vega planned for. That had to be like really orchestrated. They knew what they were going to do. And as you say, you can't afford to leave the lane to go stack. Fortunately, Windrunner doesn't have any either, so it's fitting for both sides.
Also, apparently you're not in-game again. Probably when you restarted, it turned it off, so...
Right, I will double-click it again and see if that makes any difference.
And hopefully, we've also got louder game sounds now, so... Yeah.
Can we test? Yeah, okay, the mic is set, so it should be working now. I have no idea why that goes on and off. It's like just restarting your computer messes with so much.
Yeah, it's probably depends on your config files. Like I run different config files for casting and playing, and my startup one is a really weird config file right now. It's bad. Oh, so.
When I went into the settings, it was still click, so it should have been
yeah,
working.
no, that might just be Dota then. There are some issues in Dota with because it's not something that users hit as often. I mean, yes, there are a lot of casters, but it's not hit nearly as much as gameplay bugs. So either way, we're getting back into it. The pause is finally done. I'll try to keep an eye out for if the game sounds are loud enough. I certainly hear pinging up the wazoo, so gonna be good there. Dazzle looking to place a super. Is this a behind the tower ward? I thought maybe he was going for the really deep or maybe blocking ancient stacks, but no. So they have a lane ward and then a behind the tower one, although I think this lane ward, yeah, it just expired. So that makes a lot more sense.
Gonna run into the Batrider though.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
no one. Sorry, Alpha Ninja's gonna hit the shackle.
Oh, yep, there's the shackle. Disruption does come out. They've got an extra damage out onto Batrider. Can no one get the Sonic Wave off? No, it's on cooldown. So it doesn't look like anything's gonna latch there for that engagement, but...
At least it stops him placing the deeper ward, which I'm guessing he wanted somewhere around here, or maybe if he got the chance, along the camp.
Yeah. So apparently in the pause they were proposing that they play different games to settle the best of 3.
What, as in like different tiling, not Dota?
Yeah, like, just like because you're lagging so much, maybe we go play some other game. But
Okay,
that's...
whoever does Minecraft first, or sorry, not Minecraft, Minesweeper.
No, yeah, let's do aggressive Minecraft. I want to see competitive Minecraft, folks. Either way, back into the Dota game. Winterna must have boots being ferried out to her, surely. Not looking a bit underfarmed, and yeah, the bottle's coming back. Starladder is pretty big, and as you pointed out, without backup, Doom not feeling like, even though he's level 6, that he can get a kill there, so...
He needs to play passively until one of his cores decides to want to go down. Now that no one has 11 off his creeps, and he also has the Sonic Wave up, Doom might look to smoke down or get a pick.
Yeah, maybe Doom will be having a bit of trouble there. Oh gosh, he stole the salve?
That's so BM.
Did he
like
just
that.
steal the salve? Did I see that right? We have Quap though, no one in a bit of trouble. The shackle latches as well, but not enough damage, and the power shot already expended. Can they get the next one? He does, but it's not enough, and has the invis rune. Flame break
HP.
not hitting. And up top, it looks like we have an engagement as well. God damn, in a spot of trouble. He has dropped the tombstone, but God's strength makes quick work of his hero, and the tombstone's gone as well. Holy levels, that thing not nearly strong enough.
Got like wrecked so hard.
And there's a Doom onto Alpha Ninja. Oh, a Sonic Wave as well. That's Winterna going down, and they catch the Batrider. Vega coming out of the gate swinging. Pavo's trying to see what he can do, but no one's just gonna blink away. I think if you want to go on anyone, you have to go on Mag. But Pavo's knowing that he is surrounded, and now his team's trying to TP. No, that's the opponent's TPing. Pavo's does manage to get out, but yeah, a really unfavorable engagement coming out there for HR.
The two-man Sonic Wave so hard to deal with early, it's so much damage, and your heroes just have the life pool. Unfortunately, as you said, you go down going down first, he's like
Radiant's middle
line
tower
hero,
is
but
under
he just
attack.
melted.
Yep. And we have another pause. Apparently game sounds are fine. A bit louder than I normally like, and yep, okay, we fixed that up.
Everything for Twitch chat, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, it is something where it's really hard to tell from my end, because just how I run OBS, you get different output to me, different output to them, so... we have... less lag? I don't know. I'm assuming the lag is all gone, everybody's happy, they're doing the smiley faces without the eyes, very popular in Europe, no eye smiley faces.
It's a typical Russian smiley.
I think the other Europeans do it too, but this game
But they're
probably...
just emulating Russians, I'm sure.
Oh, I didn't know.
It was the
Also-
original Russian Dota 1 smiley.
Excellent. In the last 2 minutes, we've had almost a 3k gold swing in favor of Vega. Those couple of kills setting them up for something nice, and also they're a little under 2,000 gold, 2,000 experience ahead. I think that's really nice to have up. It looks like Doom, whatever he's going, he will have it before the Batrider gets his blink up.
The momentum in this game is gonna define who has the advantage. And you can say that for most games, I imagine, but if Vega feel like they're ahead, they're just gonna run at you. And same for HR. HR's lineup favors being ahead more than Vega's so as soon as they get the blinks up, I expect them to really up the tempo.
Yeah, I also wonder, how is this Wonder? What is her catch-up plan? She was farming okay. She's had a rough time, though, not being able to get the CS, also having a death on her. She can't farm stacks as fast as other heroes. The power shot degrades as it goes through units, and it looks like we're going to be seeing Rubik going down in about a second. So, maybe he gets the telekinesis off on one, but he's almost already dead just from the scream, and the dagger's going to just one more auto attack. He tries to get the creeps on him, but it's not enough, and now Havost getting doomed. That's going to stop your TP, and Havost, he is trying to wander around. He actually does have... Yeah, that's no good. He had sprint active as well for some of that, so...
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, not looking so great for Mr. Havost. Let's see if they can get anything in mid, though, for HR. They're probably losing their bottom tower. No TP rotations.
Yeah, until they get their blinks, they're just so susceptible from Vega. They have the dazzle to be able to keep people up if they get jumped, as well as the grave. They have the disruption to be able to stop HR doing what they want to do, and until they get the blinks, there's just not the surprise factor. Vega are going to be able to have control over the situation until they get their blinks.
I actually think Batrider making the right decision, not coming to any engagements. He's desperately trying to get that blink dagger up, and for him and Havost, it feels very key, as you said, and maybe you just let towers fall until you can actually have a favorable engagement.
Yeah, definitely. I like the fact that you pointed out he's avoiding fighting.
Yeah, he could have TP'd and maybe helped out a little bit. He definitely has lasso, English.
That's where you're from in the world, I think.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid saying that one. It just doesn't work with Batrider getting picked all the time. But yeah, Doom is going to be working on his Vladimirs. Dazzle, rocking those arcane boots. Actually doing pretty well, all things considered, your Dazzle. And Shadow Demon, is this a 4-star Fuels Atos even, maybe? I haven't seen a Shadow Demon in quite a while in competitive. It feels like Vega's one of the few teams who does run him.
I would 100% go Force myself, but if you could get an Atos this game, generally wouldn't recommend it, but it would be ideal, honestly.
Yeah. We've got Mag, he's taking a beating, but he has got back up, and now they're just going to destroy that tombstone. I think Havost gets out here too. Windrunner thinking about coming in on the backlines, but Ninja, I don't think that's where you want to be. You're running into 5 of them, and now Ninja being gone on pops that Windrunner, needs to get a shackle on someone, but that tree was way too far away. They've got the amp damage. Goddamn is going to fall here as well, and Havost on the sidelines realizing that they have overextended. I don't think they had any idea of how many people were there, and Havost has actually opted for the Vanguard before the blink.
That's unfortunate, because at the moment when you're so far behind, you need to be able to tank up, but you also need the initiation, so probably opting for the Batrider to be the one that does that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structure.
Now the mid-tier one's gonna take a lot of pressure, doing with the Vlad's completed.
It's feeling a bit like Vegas has the game plan that HR did last time. Goddamn comes in. I don't know if that was the right place to. There's also a disruption onto the Batrider. Is he gonna grab anyone? No! The Dazzle heal blowing him up, and Goddamn goes down as well. Windrunner gets the shackle, but they're a 5v3, and Slaughter going in. What does he have? A DD? It's not enough. The shallow grave coming out. They're falling apart at the seams for HR. Can Ninja do anything here? Power shot off the mark, and Mag still full health.
Solo's looking to Diablo Warrior as well. If he can get this, I think he's dead. If he oh, what a snipe from Solo. That's really nice to see Shadow Demon putting out that much damage early.
Yeah. I think HR here, they need to slow down the game. They're not out of it. They have some high ground defense with Fade Bolt, Power Shot. They can certainly wave clear a little bit, and they've got a Batrider. I'm just not sure how they slow it down. They finally got the blink on Bat. Maybe it's just smoke, get a few pickoffs. You're going to have to dodge fights for the next 5 minutes with Roche, though.
I think you just have to dodge in general, because as long as Vega stay grouped, you're not going to be able to get the pickoffs that they want. So hopefully Vega acknowledge that whichever hero's on their own is probably the target from HR. They should be fine. Whereas for HR, really awkward for them. They can't fight. They can go for the occasional pickoffs, but with all the tier 1s up, it's so much harder for them. But also not having the blink it limits how they can do it, because as long as they see the Batrider on the map, the rest of Vega are going to feel very safe.
And hero levels are also being a problem here. No one is level 10, as is the Sven. The next highest on HR is level 8. So, and they have a bad engagement. They catch up, goddamn! Oh,
I understand he's trying to go for the wards, but that's just risky. I know they're gonna come defend.
At least it's just him, and the rest of his team is able to escape. Arguably better than all of them being popped by Pasha having up his Blink Dagger now. Taking a look around, we've got no one again going awkward first. Seems to be something he likes. Seema has up that medallion. It is a 4-star on solo, like you called. And as we just talked about, Blink Dagger on Pasha. So, Windrunner can pick up a component of her Ags.
That's good for her.
It's just rough, folks, is what I'm trying to get across. It's feeling like HR is pretty far behind. They don't have the type of farm that Vega does, and I am worried about their D-push. Now, if they can Batrider someone in, maybe they get something, but the rest of Vega, for HR, the rest of Vega might just follow whoever they lasso into the base and protect them and keep them alive with things like the Dazzle.
Until you have the force on Bat, it's really hard to make the distance. As you just pointed out, the disruption's gonna be there with the 4-star from solo.
Oh, and they pick off Windrunner in the jungle. She was farming, they had smoked. I was watching the bottom tower to see if they could catch anything there, but instead, HR losing half an NJ.
It was a nice idea to smoke out there too, catching HR off guard. They don't have any vision out on the map right now, so minus this one ward, it's just expiring.
Yep, and Havost now in a spot of trouble, but he picks up an invis. It's the rune he needs. Can his team finally set something up with Havost, giving them all a great idea of what's going down? He goes for the Slithering Curse on Seema. If they can lock down this guy, maybe they get something, but they immediately pull onto Solo. They have to still worry about the shallow grave. The Doom comes out, and now, how will they do any sort of damage? Havost still going in despite being doomed. He knows he may as well try to fight it out. Can he even get the kill on Solo, though? I think Havost goes down first. Solo makes it out alive. Batrider's still trying to do things. He actually ends up blinking away, and now on the front lines they have Pasha with that God Strength Sonic Wave as well. Ava Ninja, she's lost. She's no longer got the wind run, and they might just blink forwards and finish her off. Level Death comes out. Not enough damage, and Pasha, his blink forward stream. Pasha finishes off with the Storm Hammer, and I think this is an easy tier 2, maybe even the Racks. And they call the GG.
That's expected, I think. After you go for that fight and you lose it so horribly, Vega just played this really well. Unfortunately, HR just lost control of the game before they were at the point where they could do too much.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a roll, both the second and the third game, a roll for
oh my god, the scoreline.
Oh,
teams.
We've done it, team. The score was 420. We've done it. Well played. But yeah, that'll be it for this series. It means that Vega takes a win in this set for their group of the Starladders, and that's about it. Do you have final thoughts? We do have a set after this, folks, but do you have